So I just released Harmony Workshops workbook. You can actually find that on my official website. And then I also just did the Tropic of Qualia AI website as well. That is now up and at it. What's going to be really exciting about that is so there is a complete array of my art, mature content, and everything like that. That's going to be available on that as AI generated content. So that is my AI art. And you'll see that it's kind of a little private to navigate and everything, and that is because it is an 18 plus website. So just keep that one in mind. Okay, and before we get started, also on this particular workshop where we're going to be covering album covers and we're going to be doing graphic optimization, and that's what we're going to be covering all Tuesday, all April. Okay, I'm going to have to get in the loop of these new workshops because I'm not doing the Monday anymore. I'm not doing the Wednesday. I'm not doing the Friday. I'm now doing Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So, okay, let's see. I'm also going to be getting the content for last week's workshop. That's going to be going up onto my WordPress, and also the newsletter is going to be coming out as well. So I wanted to kind of like cover those things before I get started on this workshop. And at the end of the workshop, I'll go over these things as well. So let's set up my bad boy over here and do this here presentation. Just make sure everything on my screen is up and at it so I don't have too many things running at once since I am on here in this public Wi-Fi. Album covers, week 1. How exciting. Yes, what's really, really exciting about this is like I have a lot of album covers. I've done a lot of projects, not just my own album covers. I've done other artists' album covers as well. I'm not going to focus on other people's album covers too much. I will definitely talk about Aaron Ridge's cover because I painted that cover in particular. So I'm definitely going to big myself up on that one. Definitely going to big myself up on that one. All right, so you're gonna see a little bit of AI imagery here cover. There we go. Good stuff. Okay. All right, so it's basically the inception. And what I'm really going to be focusing on today is I'm going to be going over basically the beginning of my musical career and the covers that I did in the beginning of my musical career. I did them a particular way, and you're going to see why. I'm going to get into why I call it the infancy style, and that's like the mixtape, demo tape style. And then we're also going to showcase the other style that I did as well. And this was all encompassing basically like 1 year. Okay, this is all in 2020, these covers that we're going to be covering today. And of course, I'm going to give you a peek at other covers. I'm also going to give you a peek at like a cover that I really admire and inspires me for my covers as well. This is a lot of covers that we're going to be covering today. No pun intended. Okay, so here we go. These are the covers right here that you'll see on the side in this little video clip. And as I says here, today we'll cover 16 of my covers, the different styles, the different purposes, and how covers translate the stages you're at in your musical journey. And like I said, this is 16 covers. It's crazy, 16 covers. And this is over a few month period in 2020. This is not over a couple of years. When we've spoke about this in the songwriting and EPK workshops, not songwriting, EPK, songwriting and beat making workshops, and the press releases and EPK workshop, where the first thing that I did was playlisting. And with playlisting, that's when I started to create covers. I always had a love for making covers, the graphics and the designs and everything like that. So before I even started making my own music, I was already making covers. I was making covers for other artists. I was making covers for my playlist. And I was using my playlist as a way to really train me and to let me understand my styles, my techniques, and everything like that, but also using the tools, become adept with the tools as well. This particular workshop, we're not going to focus on the tools, but because my tools from these particular covers have really changed in particular. But we will cover the tools next workshop, but not this one. We have a lot to cover. I keep saying it. It's so funny. It makes me laugh. Okay. Mm, 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 mm. Let's see here. Okay, the cover styles we will explore today. Okay, like I told you, infancy, raw cuts, and demos. Okay, this is style is best kept to kind of like translate to people like this is a demo. This is not my super polished work. Um, even though it sounds great, it sounds amazing and everything like that, I wanted to kind of show people like um, some covers come in the way of this isn't my hardest cover yet, you know? This cover is almost like a stand-in because this music is a stand-in to hold you off until the album phase. And I don't always use the infancy raw cuts and demos cover for like singles. I use it for if my demo has 20 songs on it, I'm gonna use it for one of those demos. So you'll see when I get into explaining, and then the goal line, so albums, and this has nothing to do with the quality of the music. Sometimes when you listen to these demo ones, it's the same quality as something that is in the studio, right? And the goal line albums and those things, those are kind of like staples for modes in your career, levels in your career, worth in your career, you know. Not every single one is not every single project is a pinnacle mark in your career, but the goal line album cover is what represents that pinnacle spot in your career. And it doesn't have to mean like 1 year and then you wait, you're gonna see I did it in a matter of months time, right? So it's not about that. It's about the phases of you as an artist and as a creative. And your timeline doesn't have to match anyone's timeline. Okay, and then we're going to cover the alternate you. And that is just kind of like representing kind of like alter ego. Na, 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 na. I love alter ego by Dochi and JT. I love the song and the video is fire. But alternate you. So like just kind of like tapping into this like alternate ego, this other persona, and reflecting that through the art and who is that person in that project in particular. Okay, moving along. So Cassini is my first of all my projects. This is my first demo tape. I think it has about 10 or so songs on it. This presentation, of course, like all of my other presentations, is going to be available in the YouTube description below. And you know, these I'm not making these covers clickable so you can check out the music. You can just go and check out the music. It's on all streaming platforms. I'm not really going to get into the music. That's not what this is about. This is about the covers. As much as this is a shameless plug, it's not a shameless plug. I just want to show you guys the covers at this time. So when you do this presentation, you're not going to find any hyperlinks to the music. Go and stream it. Just go stream it. That's all I can say to you. No hyperlinks this time. But what a great way for marketing. I should have done that, but I'm not really today is about the album covers. Okay. Let's focus on that particular art. Okay, so as you can see, it said raw cuts. So quote classic raw cuts. This is another demo project. Going back to the Cassini. Cassini is like if the planet is in conjunction with the sun. So a direct benefic relationship to the sun if a planet is that way. So at that time, planets were in Cassini, you know, so, and it worked out for me to start my musical career. This particular picture in this album cover is actually a picture screenshot taken from a music video I did with Millie. Hi, Millie. That's his artist name. And called Classic. This photo was taken by Warbucks. And you know, cult classic. You know what that means, though. And this project is like a play on Eartha Kitt, Eartha Lit. Another photo taken by Warbucks, and these are all raw cuts, demos, and everything. So the music is like my very, very beginning in music. It was not a focus of super polished covers because it was not super polished music. So that's why I call this the infancy. This is the beginning. And you'll see like covers like that sprinkled all throughout my career, not just in the very beginning, but the raw cuts are the perfect example of it. The first 5 raw cuts. Okay. Chakras, Science, and Pussy Science. Again, photography taken by Warbucks, unedited picture. So he wasn't too happy about me using it, but it is what it is. um, yeah, so you can see I put stars in the background, have the different shapes, different pictures, everything like that. If I was to do this again, I would definitely go ahead and just call the project what it is, because when you use the dollar signs, actually it puts your money in a black box. So like ASAP Rocky, he he always has his money put in a black box. He actually has to like reach out to collect his money. That's just what they do when you have particular symbols in your names, in your artist name, in your song name, or anything like that. And it also doesn't get radio play like that because it triggers satellite radio. There's videos online that you can see last year. Some Nissans and some Teslas stopped dead in their tracks because the box was fried from the satellite radio. A radio person played a song with a symbol in it, and it trickled down and affected everything around electrically on the satellite. And radios have rules behind that. Like syndicated radio stations that do satellite, they have rules behind not playing songs like that. So to avoid not getting paid properly and to avoid getting played, don't use those kind of symbols in your stuff. I learned that along the way in my career. Okay. Demigods, Demons, and Demos, raw cuts. It's funny because this project came out and then somebody else that's a pretty big artist for the first time in their career came out with something called demos in the track of the song. You don't have to really say any names. You guys can like just look up projects, albums with the name demos in it, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. So it was an interesting thing because I just started making music and I was like really the only person that was popping out with my demo tapes. Okay. People were like mixtapes and stuff like that. Cool. Nobody was actually releasing demo tapes. Okay, I just want that to be very understood. I don't know why that happened. I don't know why that happened. I always confused when I have unaccredited inspiration going about. Okay, so now we're going to talk about my cover that I love, 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 and I am inspired by it. Actually won an award from the NAACP, and it was taken in 1968. If you look at it, it has like a Nazi soldier in the back. It has Pananika Nika in the back as well, and she is part of the Rothschild family. So really cool that Thelonious Monk has this woman, Nika, that was his sponsor, literally in the back. She was a sponsor to quite a few jazz musicians at the time. You can see videos of him bragging about her. Okay, so the album cover for Thelonious Monk Underground is a quintessential example of vinyl art artistry, encapsulating the rich narrative depth and creative freedom that characterized the period. The cover portrays Monk as a member of the French resistance during World War II, surrounded by an array of symbolic and surreal details that invite the observer into a narrative extending beyond the music. This artwork takes advantage of the ample real estate afforded by vinyl packaging to create a detailed and immersive scene, which could serve as a conversation piece in its own right. Unlike the more minimalistic and scalable designs necessitated by digital platforms. Underground demonstrates the opportunity for vinyl covers to be bold, intricate, and elaborate. As a physical object, the vinyl cover of Underground provides tactile and visual sensations that complement the auditory experience of Monk's music. The artwork is not merely decorative, it is an invitation to explore a visual story that echoes the album's themes and the artist's persona. This connection between the visual and auditory elements helps to create a holistic experience for the listener, a hallmark of vinyl album design that remains influential even in the age of digital music. So I want to kind of give you like an example of that. Let me pause my video so you guys can just take a good look at that for a sec. Okay, all right. Now moving along to this next page so you can get another good look. Okay. All right, Underground showcases not just the ingenuity of its visual storytelling, but also features the notable presence of Pananaka, a close friend and patron to Monk, who is known to the jazz world as Nika. A member of the Rothschild family, she is depicted in the background, like you can see right here, all the way in the back here, okay, of this rich tableau, symbolizing her significant support and influence in the jazz community, especially for Monk. This particular detail enhances the narrative quality of the cover, adding layers of personal history and real world connections into the mix. The inclusion of Panonica in the scene is a nod to her role as a muse and protector of jazz musicians, and her image contributes to a deeper understanding of Monk's world. Her portrayal adds authenticity and an element of tribute, which reflects the genuine relationships, collaborative spirit that define the jazz scene of the era. The cover art, therefore, is not just an elaborate design, but a canvas that captures the intricate web of relationships and stories in the life of Thelonious Monk, including his friendships with Panonica. It's a testament to how vinyl covers could serve as rich narrative vessels, celebrating the music and the lives intertwined with its creation. An amazing cover, right? Music blogger, baby. But so let's give you a little get back there. Okay. So, and one of the cool things is if you look at the history of this particular cover, the like it says he hopped out the Rolls Royce in New York and just went to the set that was already pre-made. Um, Let me know if you guys want me to go more into this cover and stuff like that, and then I can talk about the awards and the photography. But I want to just give you guys like a little bit more of a snippet on it, just to kind of like teach you guys the different inspiration that you can have. You don't have to just look at rap album covers. You look at all genres of music, and not just music, all pieces of art. And just be inspired by everything. Covers are an integral part of the music, but also your catalog. So one of the things that we talk about a lot is catalog. Like, as you guys know, like I have an extensive catalog. I probably have like maybe like 37 projects or whatever out yet. I don't know, something like that. Um, but yeah, we have a lot of covers to cover. I love that. So Venus Solar Saturn return, I released this on my birthday. And what was great about releasing this on my birthday is it was a Venus return, it was a solar return and a Saturn return. And somebody said, can like happy birthday on your Venus Saturn solar Saturn return. And I'm just like, oh my God, you know? So this cover, if I was to redo it, I would add a little bit more cover because when you see this on the YouTube, how big this cover is, it's kind of shows my bits a little bit. So Lanianica, raw cuts. So I took like a skyline again, playing on like you saw earlier, we're using you know, the galaxy and stuff, and that's what this word literally means, right? Is the what the galaxy exists in. And it's raw cuts, as you guys can see. So it's a demo tape. And then you can also see here, I put some like kind of like Hawaiian decorations because it is a tribute to Hawaii. I have lots of tributes to Hawaii. Pretty sure I had a past life there. Um, And yeah, like you can see it's a very, very raw project. It came out shortly after that birthday project that I had. I was releasing something every week at that point. Okay, so yeah. So digital considerations. Okay, firstly, the importance of legibility and recognition, especially. I'm not really going to go too in detail about this right now. But what I am going to do is I'm going to kind of like give you the gist of what I put into this particular presentation. Because again, like I do with all my presentations, I have some really in-depth stuff and I don't want to take up too much time going over it, but I want to give you the gist of it so you can come back and like check on this in the presentation. That will be in the link below. Okay, so now we're going to the digital era of album covers. So as you can see here, we're talking about creating an image that is attractive from a tiny thumbnail, because now that we're on streaming platforms, you got to have some kind of clarity. And this is if you are using text on your album cover. Okay. You do not have to use text on your album cover at all. This is something that I didn't know until kind of like, I didn't really realize until I really got into the mode of making album covers again, because I was looking at other people's album covers and I'm like, oh yeah, like this person has no text on their album cover. It's just a picture and maybe like a parental advisory sticker if it has swear words in it. Don't use parental advisory stickers if you have no swear words in it because they won't approve of it. Okay, so as you can see here too, like I just said about the one cover, if I was to fix it, remembering TVs also play YouTube, so show your cover art at its and shows your cover at its fullest. So that's very important. You have to, as much as you think about it being very small, you have to think about it being very large. What if somebody put that on a movie screen and I'm like, yeah, I gotta stand on it, right? Okay, so anyways, furthermore, you got to use color theory, and we're going to get in depth with color theory next session. Next cover session. And then as well, let's go on about, yeah, just maintaining visual integrity, cohesive for your brand image. Does this work for your brand? And if you're going to make your album covers drastically different, what connects them? What makes them cohesive? How do people know when they look at this is you, you know? So, like I said, in the digital era, it's a little different than vinyls. And we're going to obviously go over the evolution of covers, but I want to keep showing you guys some covers. Okay, so Ceremonial, another project that I did. And this is literally going in order with my career as I do these with you right now. So Ceremonial, a picture by Warbucks. You can see like my leg is up here, my leg is over here, but I put a flower right there. Just saying like it's a ceremonial practice. What's going on down here? And that's what that project was really about. I love that project. And we're really getting into showing my face a little bit more, right? But not showing it too much because these were going to streaming platforms, and I didn't want it to be about my face and my looks that much in these first few projects, because I wanted it to be about the music and I wanted it to really get my feet wet in the music first before I really started showcasing my whole face. As you can see here, it's another mysterious cover, royal ties, royalties, a play on royalties and royal ties, right? Because I want my royalties, you know what I'm saying? But we got my ties though. And here we go. Bloom flower, blue full moon. And guess what day that came out on? Right? That came out literally on a blue full moon. Like very amazing, right? It's very interesting because like again, like these are projects that I've released, I've done, and then now I'm seeing these things be trending for other people now. And I'm like, I love the little dropping the stone in the water, little stone in the water cause a little ripple effect. I love it. I love it. Okay. Not all covers need a title visibly, like I said. And when you begin to add words or symbols, okay, We don't need them visible. I just did an album cover with my very own typeface, Venus Papyrus. That was the first time I used my typeface on one of my covers. So that's a pretty big deal because like you're using your own typeface, you're using your own text. I said, please help yourself. Um, I actually had to explain to them, like, yes, that's a particular thing. It's in my own typeface, and in order for it to be approved, right? And perhaps even barcodes. Don't do barcodes. Don't put barcodes on your covers. It won't get approved. You might be able to kind of like use ones that don't really look like barcodes and you can tell that it's not a barcode and it's like super deformed, but it's best to not even attempt it because they don't really get approved and your project won't get approved and then it kind of like slows down the process. And you must consider, will the stores approve of all this text the cover says? So on you'll see in the future workshops, I have some covers with text on it that have nothing to do with the music and the titles and things like that, but have everything to do with what the project is about, like a review. You can actually put reviews on your projects. Okay, so now we're getting into what I said is a goal line cover. Okay, let's take a good look at this. Her right here. Let's pull it back. This is Conduit. So this cover, we literally, me and Jason Warbucks, we went ahead and we grabbed a black sheet, went behind some warehouses during the pandemic and took some pictures, okay, and came out with this magic. And I, of course, added a little effects to it onto the side to give you these, a little more than just a black background. But this cover did wonders for me. This project did amazingly for me. It was my first this is me moment. It was my first this is what my this is what we're working with. And a lot of people are surprised because they saw the previous covers, which are good and all, but like I said, they are at the infancy stage. So they did not expect this, right? And they're asking me who made your cover and stuff like that. As I said, and you can look at my playlist covers. My playlist covers are the exact same thing. Playlist that's a quick playlist, and I made sure that the cover reflected the quickness of this. You know, same thing. And so with these album covers, it's the same thing. I dedicated a lot into these particular projects. These songs were something I was working on for over time period. There was more of an investment in this particular project. And the title, okay, the title Conduit. Conduit is a whole movement that carries all the projects that came before it. Okay. I love this cover so much. It did such a great job. Okay. And then we had Enchantress. This was an investment, y'all. Not just Enchantress, but this entire shoot that we did. It was a very, very powerful investment. Like here, this photo shoot here, we did about a couple of looks, right? We did a few looks, same here for all those looks, but a couple of different outfits. Okay. All right. Enchantress, let me tell you, this night, okay? I said, Jay, I have an idea for a photo shoot for an entire thing that is going to be for several covers and it's also going to be for a book. Was it? Nope, 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 nope. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. This is not for vibrational cure. This was for the birth of a genre. Okay. So I had an idea for to do the an album cover booklet, which is this, which I'm going to get into right now. This is an album cover booklet and it looks incredible on Instagram. Like, sure, let me try to scroll on Instagram while I try to look for this at the same time. And as I explain this to you guys, I want you to see how it also formats on Instagram. But Enchantress, the photo shoot for that, it extends into different covers, and I'm going to be showing you how it extends into different colors. We did different looks, different hair. I did all the styling, I did all the makeup, I did all the hair, and it was in order to purposefully look different and to kind of like be different people as well. But it's really, really impressive. Okay. So like I said, not just beautiful on Instagram, but this design is derived from album cover booklets. So in particular, what it was I was extremely inspired by is I am a straight 90s kid and not like I was born in 95 and I would just admire the 90s. No, I'm born in 91. So my most formative years is real 90s kid style. And the thing is like make sure you guys go to my Instagram, Amethyst underscore Amaris, if you are new to here and stuff like that, and you want to check out how my album covers work on my Instagram as well, because we're not just in the oh, is this going to work on the physical scale? Is this going to work on the streaming platforms? But is this also going to work on my social media? So it takes forever for me to scroll down because this is such a long ago project, but I want to definitely touch on that. So I'm just multitasking as I do this bad boy right here. But and I'm gonna do this the next time too, for some of the other ones that I have, and just kind of like show you guys how this stuff kind of like comes out when we work on these particular projects. Let's see if I can okay, just take a look at that. Okay, don't mind the Little Richard video. The Little Richard video is amazing. Here. Indian looking boy from Georgia. And so when I put on everybody, oh, he's so beautiful. I'm not conceited. You know, I never been conceited. I'm convinced. That is me for real. No, I'm old tan Indian looking boy from Georgia. And so yeah. I put that there, because he's an old tan Indian boy from Georgia. You know what? You know them things. Yeah. So as you guys can see, like, it literally, and so sorry for that, the wait on that. I should have had it locked and loaded. No, I'm not getting that locked and loaded. But it literally works perfectly on the Instagram as the book. Like you'll see it really works cohesively, it lines up perfectly, and it is transferable to everything, right? So here we have the track listing. For this particular track listing, not all track listings on the back of the album do I do this, but because this was done as a vinyl as well, um, it has like the tempos on it and stuff like that. So I want to go into like if you want to DJ this, here's the tempo so you can kind of work with it. And so also I want to showcase it's kind of like upbeat but very slow tempos. I want to show that as well. So as you can see here, it has the lyrics on it. And again, like this photo shoot that we did, we have the crystals and everything. I styled this. You guys can see the rings galore. I had my nails done by one of my homegirls. Um, yep, some more pictures. Love this, love this, love this. Here, I'm gonna stop the video for a sec. Go back here. Let's go here. Let's turn off the video for a second so that we can just do this. Okay. So, all righty. We have lots of songs on this project. Okay. As you can see here, like I showed you on the Instagram, it all blended together. So the feet here goes for this. See, right? Playing with perspective, but also kind of like, showing my pretty feet. But also kind of like doing like, how the finger touching painting, where the finger of God and like the reaching out to God kind of thing. I want to do that kind of play with the clouds and everything. Right. So the feet for this picture is what we were seeing. Jonesin, really great song. Okay. Oh, very fire cover. This picture did extremely well on Instagram. It's a great picture, by the way. Yep. Yup, yup, yup. What a great picture. Good up, gal. Yup. Print out. Okay. Alrighty. So this is actually here. Let's go here. Yeah. So this is actually an alternate cover. Okay, so like I showed you, we have the alternate stuff going on. This is the alternate cover for Enchantress. It's really funny to me. I don't have this tattoo anymore, so like mind blown how different things are, you know. Um, but different look, completely different energy. Okay. Yeah, so as the medium shifted towards cassettes and CDs, the physical size of the canvas shrank, prompting designers to adapt their approaches. The emphasis moved towards more focused imagery and legible typography capable of making an impact at a smaller scale. This era saw the rise of bold logos and memorable cover photos that could be easily recognized, even when reduced to fit the compact dimensions of CD jewel cases. The advent of digital music platforms has further transformed the role of album art in today's streaming dominated market. Album covers must be optimized for digital displays, often viewed as small thumbnails on screens. This shift has led to preference for simple, impactful designs that maintain their appeal even at reduced sizes. Despite the smaller real estate, the importance of the album art remains, serving as a crucial point of visual engagement in a digital interface where the opportunity to catch the listener's eye is fleeting. Okay. Alrighty, so this was from that same photo shoot, okay? Different look, but for this single called Black Joy that came out a little bit after the release of this, probably like a following month, a couple of weeks, maybe even maybe a 2 week period. Um, and in that, I'm holding my book, The Vibrational Cure. So it actually makes me laugh because that little glitch in my brain where I said, oh, yes, this shoot was done for my book, Vibrational. No, this was done for these album covers and my book, The Birth of a Genre, where I said, you know what, Warbucks, like I really want to show people how to create your own genre, how to create your own persona, how to create your own thing. And we did that with these photos, really and truly. Because all of these photos that you see in all these covers, I put all of that into that book as well. And that book came out the following year. So pronoia. So this is going into the phase of what we were talking about. Oh, and also let's touch base on these covers. These covers are just like Conduit, I would consider pinnacle moments in my career, kind of just showcasing a different stride in my career. So these go into the pretty serious cover, you know? Okay. So pronoia, this goes into the alternate alter ego kind of thing. This actually was taken by Selena Lebronza. I love you so much, girl. Thank you so much for this cover. And then I edited the photos that she took of me. Like I did the styling, the photos, everything, you know, but I had Selena take the photos for this. So Lebronza. I can't wait until she gets back into tanning. She always gives me the greatest tans, and she's just so detail oriented. She's one of my Capricorn collective that helped me take care of all of the aesthetics that I do. So, okay, and I'm with many moons. So remember, we started with Enchantress, and now we are here. A few projects later, you know, we have Enchantress, Black Joy, and then we're here, many moons, and you can see the look from Enchantress is right here. It's the side, and you can see the other look for Enchantress is right in the front. I'm holding a Banksy Wall and Peace book, and then you can also see over here we have a whole different look, and that one I'm holding my very own book, The Vibrational Cure. Um, what's crazy about the manifestation of this photo shoot is that I said to Warbucks, I kept picturing myself on clouds, and we couldn't think of how we are going to implement the clouds into the photo shoot. So then when I was looking for the hotel space, because this is during the pandemic, the hotel space in order to do the photo shoot, I found this hotel room downtown. I believe it's Nouveau, the hotel, but literally there was this wallpaper in this space that was literally clouds. Clouds. Like, look at the wallpaper. You know, of course, Warbucks added a little edit to kind of like blend a little bit here. Blend a few things so the curtain wasn't like, I'm overtaking, but mind blowing, right? Exactly what I wanted, but in a more modern-esque way, where it's kind of like, we're in the heavens, we're chilling, where goddess is looking at life forward, doing what we do. And yeah, and it was a kind of like a Trinity thing as well. So, here we have a higher self, and then here we have the Trinity. And funny enough, the first song on this is called Holy Trinity, and that is my first song with my daughters. All three of them are actually on that song, so make sure you guys go check that out. Pronoia. And Smiles Davis is on that. That's actually one of my first videos as well. So many moons. Beautiful cover. Very great job, Warbucks. Okay, so moving along, like I said, here we have the Aaron Bridge cover, and those were the 16 covers that we're covering today. As you guys can see here, what I did was I actually put a few links so you guys can check out some of these projects and stuff like that with different covers. We'll be going over these covers over the next few weeks. So we have the cover for Crimson Pixie, we have Van Nuys, Hellified, Moonbeam, Storm, and I also put a link here for 11 Moments with Aaron Ridge. As you can see here, like I said, I painted that cover. And thank you for that opportunity always. And as always, like this picture here is me taken by Wave, on a wave. What's your favorite thing about providing album covers? Okay, so quote for myself, of course, always quoting myself, really great because this is what we do for press kits. What's your favorite? So it's really all about elements, okay? I love to infuse life into the overall idea, sound, and tones of the project. I love to bring those elements into our physical world, okay? Pretty sure these are clickable. Yeah, these are some clickable ones. Okay. What makes an Amethyst Amaris cover so unique? I'm sorry for my hunger. You hear my hunger? I embrace my individuality while still remaining inspired by the world around me. So as you can see here, we have a cover for Phenom, Bloom Flower, Full Moon, which we covered today, Artistic Immortality, we're going to cover next time, Pronoia, Enchantress, which we covered, Mind, which we will cover. Black Joy, we covered. Enchantress and Moons, we covered. Okay. All right. Iconic album covers continue to influence not only music, but also fashion, design, and pop culture at large. They remind us of the power of visual art to encapsulate the essence of an era, evoke emotion, and connect with audiences on a visual level that complements the auditory experience of the music itself. Don't mind the noise in the back, it is a public space. Okay. The historical progression of album art reflects the evolving landscape of music consumption, showcasing the adaptability of artists and designers in communicating the spirit of the music across different media. It underscores the enduring significance of visual design in enhancing the musical journey, regardless of the format. Okay. All right, next time, what are we going to cover? Okay, what we'll cover, another 16 covers. Yes, yes, yes. So we're going to talk about color theory. We're going to go over some tools. Yeah, boy, I'm really excited. So, like, you'll be able to see here. Yeah, all those different covers. How exciting. There's some, like, really cool ones in there. I personally love all of the projects. Okay. Our many workshops await. Step into a world of creativity and growth with our upcoming workshops. Explore the art of album cover designs and graphic optimization. So we're not just talking about album covers, but creating a workflow, how we create the covers, how we can create the covers in a way that if you have a particular campaign that you're preparing for and you have a bunch of music, how can we get the flow going to, like, make a bunch of covers and covers that are really great and really help your career as well. And then we're also on Tuesdays going to be talking about, on Tuesdays we'll be doing these album covers, and then we'll be crafting compelling social media copy that resonates authentically on Wednesdays, and on Thursdays uncovering cosmic insights with astrology in your creative realm. So we're going to be going over astrology, but we're also going to be figuring out how to tap into your astrology. So we'll need you to do your birth chart before we do that particular workshop if you are attending. And yeah, I want to also give out like a heartfelt thank you to everyone who came out for last month's workshop and supported last month's workshop or ordered the replays. Very, very excited to be getting into something that's new, something that is also a really great addition to your toolkit. Okay. So album covers, cover designs, and graphic optimization, right? So all the stuff that I have here created, show you how to do that easy. Okay. All right. So social media copywriting. All right. We gotta put text on it. We actually gotta write stuff. So how are we gonna do that? It's not just about when we focused on press releases and EPKs, that is for how you communicate with the vast media and how you get things out there, but how are you communicating with the world? And not just social media copywriting, but this copy goes to posting products, posting on WordPress, things like that. I want to show you how to beeline that. Okay. And then, like I just said, the astrology as well in your creative realm. Okay. So make sure you guys get your birth charts done. That is available in the workbook as well. The workbook I'm going to put that information in the link below on the YouTube video as well. Yeah, I want to let you guys, you know, the workbook, you'll be able to purchase it. It starts at $2 and then goes above, um, pay whatever you want. But that is if you want to figure out your birth chart in that regard. If you are not getting the workbook in particular and you are doing Thursday's workshop, I still need you to do your birth chart. It would be really, really helpful. So, what I want you to do is go to www.astro.com. And what you're going to do is you're going to get a free birth chart and you're going to use tropical or Placidius astrology, and those that's the astrology that we're going to be focusing on Thursday. So I have all the resources available and everything like that that are going to be in this presentation. I can stop sharing my screen because we did such a great job with that presentation in particular. But thank you so much for coming out and being involved with Harmony workshops and Macmillan. But yeah, we got a lot of really cool stuff that we got to cover today. Um, and like I said, we have the workbook. Tropic of Qualia website just came out. I am going to be constantly posting my products up onto my website directly because I will no longer be using Etsy. I am selling my products directly on there. Um, yeah, we got a lot of good stuff going on, a lot of goodies, a lot of fun stuff. Um, and we shall talk and do things tomorrow for Wednesday's workshop for social media copywriting. And we will, if you are not doing those other workshops, but you really should be. If you're not doing those other workshops, I will see you next Tuesday for album cover designs. Alrighty. So Chimigwich, thank you so much for coming out and thank you so much for being a part of today's workshop.